Hi everyone, and as always, feel free to ask questions, raise a hand, come on the stage, speak to us if you like. Uh, Mic is pretty much open, so yeah, let's get it.
All right, so the Craig's in, and yeah, uh, I guess the uh, we could kick things off with introducing a new member of the team. I'll give Euler the ground to do it, and yeah.
I think yeah, we can just bring her on the stage. So we have uh, I wouldn't say new member to the team. She has been around for a good while with us. I would say almost for 5 years. And now she's back. So I want you all to welcome Cherry, drop emojis and all that stuff. So she will be around from now on the Discord, and she will be helping Jackal. So Cherry, say hi. Uh,
Hello, guys. I hope you are all doing great. And I'm excited to get to know you all, spend time and chat, and yeah, and hang out and play game and everything else.
okay, I think that did the job. So yeah, you will see you will be seeing her. Uh, Thermally online here pretty much from now on. So yeah, be kind to her. I know some of you sometimes get angry at the jackal, but or on me, but yeah, go easy on her. So yeah, besides this, jackal, let's start and give it a lead.
All right, so uh, today we do want to talk about state of the development and things to come. However, I do think we currently cannot. How would you approach the current state of development?
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, there is a just so like we've been working like day and night for quite a few weeks. It doesn't mean we didn't work previously, right? But like we've been super razor focused on building and bringing you something super dope. But the thing is, we also have a new marketing team, and we are building a pretty dope campaign around this. So there is a lot of stuff we just can't tell you, otherwise
ruin
it
the
will ruin the
surprise.
surprise, and we want to make this count. So yeah, you will have to just
Just,
believe there is something cooking behind the scenes at a really good pace. However, there are obviously a few things we can tell, and some questions we've seen in Discord during this and last week. I saw like uh, some people raising some concerns or questions around the treasure. So I would like to address that today as well. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with user experience and general onboarding and our like vision to the future. So this is something I would really like to touch. One thing I can tell, however, is so this thing what we've been building on will start to unravel quite soon. And what can I say is that when this thing arrives, you will need a mask and you will need the land or land. I mean, you need one or another or both. But this will be a hard requirement, so we will be like becoming a bit more harsh on the things, and from that point we are pretty much starting the next chapter. So yeah, we'll probably like uh, highlight this even more in upcoming weeks. But like we always stated, we know that mask holders and land holders are heart of the community. That's the core. So this is how we have always worked forward, like worked on, and we always like respected this. So everything what happens from there, and it's just logically that we start our new chapter from there. So yeah, if you have mask, cool, hold it, sit on it. You will find pretty good perks and use because you have it. If you don't, maybe it's a good time to have a look and shop for one. Cool. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
really to drive the point in uh, regarding the surprise, that is not skills which we've been the four remaining skills, that's also coming your way. So this is like an additional thing, something for you to guys have your theories about and try to figure it out. We're not telling though, so good luck.
yeah. I
All
see.
right.
Let's call it recommendation around the pirates. Honestly, I'm a big fan of what these guys are cooking there. Uh, I think maybe there is a way we can find a way to collaborate. I'm open to that. I think our community is also open to that. So yeah, we could try to explore. Uh, Regarding collaborations, I'll just jump. There's like two questions. Copyrex is asking about abstract, and like the way I see this is it's a train which already has left in a way. I mean, we can have a look and see, but like I'm totally open to use and hop on opportunities when they arise, but like abstract games are essentially on abstract right now. So when you look on that ecosystem, that also means Zverse migrating to abstract, and I don't see that happening, at least in the short term, and like exclusively going there. Um, so we've been cooking good stuff here, and yeah, I mean collaboration could be open, it could be possible, but I mean it's just not how stuff works. It's like I don't know. We can go deeper on this. Why hoping ecosystem whenever something new comes up isn't always the best thing for project and for longevity for sake of it. But yeah, thanks for suggestion, and we could have a look on that as well.
I actually really liked how you mentioned, to talk about whole TDK and we've been having. I mean, we've constantly been having feedback regarding it from the community, and I think this is as good of a place as any to just to address it once again. Obviously, we've addressed it through various messages, announcements, but you know, would be good to just reiterate and hear it from you.
Yeah, totally. And I guess we can actually touch then some messages around like a treasure eco and their focus and the way we partner with them. And I even saw like labeling Treasure DAO as NFT marketplace, which I think is definitely not the case. Treasure is way more than just a marketplace. Marketplace is just, I guess, one of their products they have. Um, and I don't think it ever been like number one focus for that. Uh, for us, Treasure is doing a really great help by working really closely with us to build all the crucial infra. And I mean, like, this partnership is beneficial for both parties. Yeah, I mean, we're like building new stuff, so obviously it doesn't come out super smooth at the beginning, but for us it means we can focus way more on developing game rather than building like tooling and infra pieces. For them, it means they get like real use case, so they don't end up building something what nobody actually needs. So this partnership is like on the technical side, it's beneficial for both parties, and I would say they've done a tremendous work, and they've built so much stuff for us, which on the other hand speeded up our development probably by a year or two. So it's just not fair to refer them as an NFT marketplace. I mean, transition period right now is like, as every transition period, it's a bit messy. It's maybe a bit confusing, and it takes a bit of a time. But I have a feeling that it's gonna work really really well. And when it comes to like all the blockchains, and we see like all these different L2s popping up every day, and like why the like treasure chain is different and why we should use them. And honestly, the way we see this is that chain is a piece of infra which should be hidden from the user and essentially abstracted. So with building with them, means we will be able to achieve our end goal of completely hiding the chain beneath the game. So uh, even right now, you can tell, oh yeah, we are on our, like, some stuff is on Arbitrum, some stuff will be on like Treasure. At the end of the day, and our end goal is that all of the stuff is on Zverse. So there is no chain talk. There is nothing. There is just like an infra which just works. And on that side, yeah, treasure being a huge help. And I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy that we have had a chance to be one of the first who build some of this tech. So yeah, not much more to add. I mean, I don't think it's anything new, but just wanted to point it out. And when we are looking on Treasure, just think of this as a really good guys who help to speed up things on the development side, and obviously help with things such as business development and marketing side as well. And I think like Treasure will definitely catch a bid sometime soon, and obviously that kind of brings up whole eco as well. And even if we are like comparing this to any other ecosystem, I mean, come on guys, just have a look on token performances, even for Ronin. I'm a big fan of Ronin, by the way, as well. So just look on the token performance. It's been not easy time for gaming, but like I said, I think we'll should be bottomed out at this point, and that means we have a pretty nice run lined up in front of us. And even like looking at the V token price, I think we're holding up pretty well. Lots of our liquidity is in Magic, so when you see like Magic going down, general market going down, and then you see like V token going down, you assume it's like, I mean, yeah, it's going down, but then just switch and see V token versus Magic, and actually you see pretty bullish pattern there, because for like past few weeks we've been actually trending up against our like liquidity pair tokens. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Yeah.
Do you have like, I know it's like impossible to say like exact dates and without trying to do that, do you have like an estimate or like a vision when we could actually finish the transition to Trezor?
I mean, hard to say. So this transition, it kind of happens piece by piece. So yeah, I mean, we don't want to be we don't want to kind of create I mean problematic user experience just for sake of transitioning there. But this will be pretty much streamlined with our Web 2 kind of Web 2 approach. So like we are aware that there are like confusing user experience when it comes to like some wallets and some gas fees. Obviously, this is not gonna work with people who will discover a game through like paid advertising on like Facebook or YouTube or organically through the app stores. They just want to play the game. They don't even need to know there is anything to do with the chain. And obviously, in order for us to create this experience, we have to be very, very precise and okay. I'll try to think of way how to put it. Uh, we have to craft this experience very carefully, so there is literally zero confusing parts, and that automatically means it makes sense at that point. We just include the migration as well. So we don't have a clear timeline, and this process will be gradual. We are also not like rushing to leave completely Arbitrum. We have to keep in mind there are some like staking pools which have a lockups, and there is like liquidity locked on Arbitrum pools. So that isn't going anywhere. Our plan essentially is to create game experience itself on the Trezor chain, and all of the DeFi stuff will be then scattered around. I mean, not scattered, but essentially existing on multiple ecos, as we can, because we see we can benefit from that as well. So yeah, and I mean, our end goal obviously is not to create a game for a few thousand Web3 gaming enthusiasts. We actually see like Web3 gamers as some sort of like a pioneers. Unfortunately, that means you also get to taste all the problems and negative aspects of game constantly being early and in development. But at the same time, it definitely gives you like a really good head start, because yeah, like our goal is to bring in masses and like scale aggressively to the real gamers. So and I think we will have a really good mix with that, because we managed to establish a really good community here, and you guys have been helping us quite a lot to by pointing out on weird stuff we've ended up developing. So I think as we start our next chapter, we lots of these issues by default will be um, yeah, fixed, because like right now, as we are transitioning, it's pointless to like focus on some local things, because the whole onboarding experience is like completely changing day and night.
Yeah, I just wanted to reassure you guys, we are very aware of all of the confusing things in regards to navigating the double wallet system, and we're addressing everything. as we enter the beta, and as Euler said, improving the onboarding experience. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Euler last community call you also mentioned this concept of you build a tutorial after you finish the game, and uh, that also kind of ties in. But obviously, just like Rome, when Zevers could never be finished. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I did want to take a brief moment to thank you guys for your I mean involuntary testing of these features, and you guys being so kind to in your own way to communicate all of these issues to us so we can resolve them. I just wanted to quickly take a little space. We have kind of noticed that uh, nowadays we could rename every channel we have, like general chat, mass chat, seek answer, game chat. We could rename them all to bug report, because everything is just getting popped in, and obviously it wouldn't be fair to you guys to, for example, and it wouldn't make sense for us to just delete bugs if they're not in bug reports. However, we have decided that we would start bug bounties that would reward you guys with those sweet voxels when you report those bugs in bug reports. And obviously, uh, I'll adjust the math, because once there's a bug bounty, then everybody just reporting the same bug over and over again. But at the end of the day, you are reporting them, so I'll figure it out so everybody's rewarded for reporting in the appropriate channels. And so, because it would be cool if we could keep all the chats thematically accurate. But yeah, that's a small Jackal's interlude to this.
yeah. Also, I see like some questions around like delays of migration and everything. Honestly, I don't think that hasn't like alerted the development timelines that much. Because it's like I mean, there's so much for us to do, and for sure, them delaying some things uh haven't actually had a real effect on our timelines. So, I mean, the short answer is no. Like, uh, everything works for Zverse. Probably not as smooth as we would like, but that doesn't necessarily fall on the treasure side. It's kind of relies on our prioritization, because like for us, I think we are like a team of almost 30 people. So every developer has a crazy backlog. Every task is somewhat dependent on each other, and there is like a really clear priorities. Because like when we think about things, we think of like timelines, and when we think of these timelines, we're able to like clearly prioritize. And I know in like a short term, it creates these effects where some stuff is just annoying and doesn't work as it intended. But we know that it's pointless to spend, let's say, 1 week now to fix it, and then after 1 month we will still end up rebuilding the whole thing. So we actually end up wasting that 1 week just for sake of fixing it. And I know this just can become so costly. So we are very I mean sharp when it comes to making sure we don't waste our time. And in result, this gives us lots of speed, so we can yeah do good stuff. So see, like, yeah, to wallets. I think we will end up in a place where most of the players even they won't even know they actually have a wallet, especially when it comes to like Web 2 guys. And the way we want to start this, and maybe I can give you a bit of idea of the experience we want to build is. So obviously right now you need to like register your account, you need to later attach your wallet, and if you want to transact something or use some portions of the game, you need the soul shard, you need the gas in your wallet. It's like it's already a lot just by saying these things out loud. The way we are building this experience is that people will be able, and really soon, they will be able to download the game from App Store or Google Play. And the moment they download the game just starts. You just start tutorial, and tutorial is like it will be completely reworked. The thing we have right now, it's all the Zverse, so like just forget about that part. So we have like all this experience, which is just purely about gaming. No wallets, no blockchain, no nothing. So as a user enters this world of the Zverse, and now they see like there will be clear tasks and quests for them to do and engage with, which naturally onboards and teach them about the game mechanics, skills, and things as such. And then there is what we are like to call like a cash shop, which isn't essentially a cash shop, but it's a way for us to be compliant to App Store policy. And this is a way how we plan to channel like fiat revenue into tokens, because we don't want to sell V token out of thin air. That has to come as, I mean, you are the owner of the V token. So when somebody buys the V token, they should be buying from you. But the question is, how is that possible with like credit cards, with App Store policies and everything? And also there is a thing pretty common in in-app purchases with app stores, such as credit card fraud, where basically people just do a purchase and then they refund it after they receive the product, and that's usually not a big deal when it's just like some coins or gems in regular games, but when it's actual tokens, that's actually a pretty big deal. So the way we want to do this is normal people sorry, normal people, like people without like knowledge about how chain works, or like knowledge about crypto at all, they will be able to just use their credit card and purchase the token from the store, and later we will use this revenue to buy back token from the market. Think a bit of like how Hyperliquid is functioning right now. They're constantly adding buying pressure from all the revenue they generate throughout the platform. Uh, and it's actually quite simple and easy to understand concept. So that's pretty much the way we want to do this. And at some point, I think players, let's say they have spent 2-3 weeks around Zverse, they've been like playing, engaging. There's still few things which are locked. I mean, they need the soul shard. Okay, they are able to purchase a soul shard uh, as a monthly membership for like $10 or $12 with their credit card, and they unlock some stuff such as like heist or maybe Umbra, and there will be like a many more perks to soul shards for the reference. But at some point they understand they want to start to have like a cool stuff. They want to have, they see like people like walking around with these Genesis armors. Even the Harvest armor is going to be a pretty big deal for them, because all they can get is like some stuff what they can craft. And so they want to start using Gex. And for the Gex, we will be looking to sponsor the transactions. And at this point, we are basically betting that players have fallen in love with Zevers. They really want to proceed, and they're actually ready to jump and learn. I mean, jump through the few hoops and learn a bit more to really make their experience better inside the Zevers. And I think this is the point where they are first introduced to concept of crypto. And like I've had a few panels I've spoken in the past where I'm always like laughing. There's so many companies who are like offering ways how to onboard people into crypto. Like, I mean, making the transactions easier, gas fees lower, UX better. But as much as I agree that helps, I don't think that really solves problem at all, because we don't do things just because we know how to do them. We do things because we have a good reason to do them. And I think the gaming is perfect medium for that, and Zevers will be perfect medium for that, because after 2 weeks they will have a clear why they want to learn, reason why they want to get these first tokens, and that's our opportunity to onboard these people gradually. And I hope our community will be helpful and welcoming to these new guys. But yeah, essentially, this is the experience we want to build. This is the experience which will give us chance to scale. And I mean, like, all these guys, they will want to play on your lands. They will need resources. They will need the tokens. They will need all these armors. And yeah, so that's how we see a short-term future. And okay, I've been probably going for quite a while now. Jackal, feel free to hop in. But
No, it's great. I love hearing your take on this, and I think you do provide, as always, uh, crazy cool input on these things. And I mean, for me as a player of Levers, it's always like incredible to hear your vision and your take on these things. But if we could, I kind of want to also touch upon more like in-game in-game things. I have some things prepared, some teasers about new skills, and we have a couple of questions regarding the game as well. And yeah, if you have like some maybe final remarks, and then we could switch.
yeah, I guess my final remark is we clearly understand what motivates Web3 gamers, and at the end of the day, we understand you are investing and you want to make money, and our plan is to bring in a bunch of people. We do user acquisition. We rely on you guys holding and working with assets you own. So yeah, and we have a pretty clear and strong plan around that. And I actually can't wait to do a few of the things which I just cannot share right now. So yeah, that's probably it.
Cool. Thank you, Euler. So there's one burning question, and we talked about this a lot internally, and obviously, like, this exact question only affects in reality 15 people. But regarding the Forge, like last night, I had a good speed run with Conrad, but I do kind of understand his sentiment. I ended up finishing the Forge in like 3 a.m. my time, right? So, uh, are we thinking about switching the Forge to a different time zone, or tracking the time, or what's the plan? Because Euler, you said to me that the Forge 40 was never meant to be finished. and then we had Ewer finish it, and it's kind of been stuck there now, and a lot of people can finish it now.
You actually just answered your own question. It was
I know.
never intended to be a speed run. Never ever. That was not a goal. The goal was to challenge you to the point where eventually you break. Now, when we have strong Z, bunch of new stuff, suddenly it's possible to complete level 40. That was not a goal. So I think the fix is we will add more levels, more challenge to that. So at some point you will lose, and then instead of being a speed run, which I mean maybe makes it fun for few of you guys. I know Jackal, you like it, but that's not that shouldn't be the way. So yeah, it should be how high can you climb, not how fast you can run through the whole thing. So yeah, that's that. We just need to add extra challenge. So make you
So, so we would essentially be adding more levels that would, uh, I guess, gradually would be the best way to approach it, because if we had Forge 41 or like Forge 50, and it's like Vulcan with 200k health, and now like really nobody can finish it, then everybody kind of stays at the same level. So I guess the best way to approach it would be to gradually increase the Vulcans, and I think it works good because players have incentive, and that would spread out people according to their strength. But I love the speedruns. But I love the speedruns because uh, every week Fingolfin has set such a great standard of like speed, and every week I'm thinking of like what's the best Z to attack first, and how to clear the Vulcan faster and faster. And for me it was so exciting because every week I see myself shaving off more and more minutes of the speedrun, but then I see the Fingolfin doing the same thing, and I'm very competitive. I love it, but I understand how it's also unfair because not everybody wants to be like insane like me, staying up until 3 a.m. I mean, Conrad is as well, but yeah, totally.
yeah.
And this kind of also brings us to another question about co-op play, because we've talked about this. Uh, there's Vulcan and there's Vulcan's mom, which would be the co-op for. I guess I can answer this. This is expected to be in beta, not immediately as you arrive to Zemet, but it's planned. Actually, sometimes in the office, I'm walking past devs and seeing them work on the battles. And yeah, I'm always like stopping by and like checking how they're doing. But yeah, that's also coming and super cool.
Yeah, I think that will be one of the coolest game modes you ever introduced, especially because that's for the first time something you do together as a team, rather than competing with each other. So I'll probably repeat myself, but fuck, you will be communicating, you will be strategizing together. Whenever you will get a drop, one of you gets like a reward, so you have to actually trust a bit your friends, who you go with, and I think it will bring out the best of what co-op game modes should be about, and yeah, it's just like kind of like a next level for the battles, and it will be just really really cool. So
I think also think it would introduce another like really cool layer of collaboration, and this kind of also brings into like tribes, right? Because we have these chiefs in their own tribes, and every tribe has incredibly strong players, and in like potential potentially to like push the highest ceiling, like players like Fingolfin and Boyman from Justin Utopia, they start to collaborate, or Knights of the Z with Unknown Disconnect. But yeah, I think that might also bring an interesting dynamic to collaborative play.
Yeah, totally. I think it's gonna be. I mean, like I like to use this term house, and house is almost ready, and now we have can really start to add some cool stuff in it. And I mean, when we with the beta, once we have these skills out and we essentially kickstart the next chapter, we can really start just adding cool stuff and like new content, new Z's, new game modes. I mean, stuff which really uh, makes you want to progress, and yeah, not much more to add. I mean, just uh, like that transition from alpha to beta means we also transition our focus from building the infra to start building the content and user experience.
Very cool. So some concept art was requested, and I know we also kind of wanted, to reiterate and talk more about upcoming skills as well today. So I see so many of you guys that have been in the past week's community call, but to reiterate, we have 4 final, for now, final skills coming up, which is mining and crafting and soul crafting and shamanism. In mining, you acquire ores and resources, and in soul crafting, you convert souls into magical resources, so to say. And in crafting, you take those mined resources and you create them into armor and equipment. And in shamanism, you take magical resources and you convert them into great many spells, including but not limited to item transmutation, allowing you to transform your items into that sweet we and teleport spells, allowing you to get to bank faster, and some combat spells allowing you to uh, finish up those dungeons, kill that Vulcan, or I don't think you actually kill Vulcan, you defeat him. But yeah, so on that note, I have a couple of cool concept art. I'm not trying to, give everything away immediately, but I will today share more about things on the crafting side. So, kind of going back, mining. Through mining, you acquire these ores. For example, let's say iron ore, and you can smelt the iron ore into iron bar, right? But how do you do it? And you do it through um, oh, and I think we might perhaps need to adjust the naming or come up with a cool solution here. But you'll need to use the forge, but maybe not the one with the Vulcanin, or maybe the one with the Vulcanin. So here is concept art for the forge, where you would transform your ores into ingots to later be used on further crafting processes. Because it won't be like it will take you through like steps of production and XP and everything else coming along the way. Another important aspect in crafting is woodcutting. And so now, for now, I know we introduced incredibly groundbreaking solution for woodcutting, fire making. It's actually not the only intended use for it. Additionally, you'll also be able to use those cut logs and process them to be either used in crafting for weapon crafting or armor crafting. So the way we imagine this would be done is through a new point of interest, which would be called sawmill. And here is the concept art for that. So you would transform your logs into either rods, planks, or something undisclosed. On this note, there is actually like a PSA here. We will be, and this really affects nothing in your gameplay at all. Nothing at all. It just, a small thing we decided to do. So currently we have 4 types of logs, which is the spirit log, and in its 4 forms, which is the one is like the youngling. Then we have the elder, the noble, and the prime in descending order. And we will remove rarity from these trees, and we'll adjust naming for these trees. So it will be like 4 different trees, the ones you're cutting right now, and they won't have any rarity because, like looking at the crafting as whole, they don't need rarity. And if they would have rarity, trust me, guys, it would make crafting so complicated that you would beg for Treasure to add more bugs because that would be more easier to go through. We are trying to simplify the crafting processes, and yeah, this will be the way we approach it. So we know all about the production.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
add one thing about the rarities. Like, it doesn't change literally anything. It's just we realized when you have like a Shield of Souls, which has like a legendary rarity with total supply of I think 25 or something, and then you have like literally a logs which you can go and or like a legendary fish. It kind of loses the meaning. So we it doesn't mean anything of that stuff will become easier to obtain or anything changes. We just will remove like the coloring behind it. So you should be recognizing things by their name, not always by their like legendary log or something. Because what do we do when we have like 30 different logs in the future? So that's just like a side note. Keep in mind. And
Euler, does this also mean we are removing rarities from the Gloop and Snork families?
Yeah. So
Okay.
for the resources we obtain, it just doesn't really make sense. What we need to do is we need to like really work on and recognize these things by their names, not by some artificial rarity. I mean, is it really legendary if you can go and fish 1,000 of like legendary fish on a day, one day? Doesn't think so.
Right. What we could do for the I think and I don't know if this has been discussed yet, but what we could do is keep legendary status for radiant fish, because
Oh yeah,
because
it makes that actually is legendary, so that makes sense. We should do that.
I still my heart still goes out to I think wasn't it you, Guangguan, that fished out the first radiant fish and unfortunately did not cook it. But yeah, so back to crafting, the final thing, equipment. So here are some concept art for the equipment to arrive to the game. So next week I'll release a nice like case study, like making of article in Medium regarding lapses and the process that led us to it. A lot of like behind the scenes process, and you will see there how looking at like our concept art, so much gets put, but you'll also see the way we approach these things and thought processes behind it. So not everything you see here will be in the game, but more like it might be like a combination of something. But yeah, so that's that. To quickly respond to Tyler, no, rods will still dictate fish rarity because that also like has strong economic impact on the game. Nothing changes in that. It's like, to put it blunt, we are literally changing the backgrounds of the fish, like background coloring. Nothing else changes. So yeah. Euler, any you want to say something?
No. I also actually wanted to address the concern about the fishing rod. The one thing I actually want to add is we will be looking to add more utility to like legendary fishing rod and like epic ones, and also as we add more and more fish, we will be looking for kind of a way to distinguish them, and because at the end of the day, let's say we are looking at 100,000 player, obviously, like legendary fishing rod will be quite desirable object, but at the same time, we need a way for people to get their hands on the content. So in the future, we'll be looking for ways to add more stuff to do with these legendary fishing rods. And as some of the early content becomes more and more accessible because of like levels, legendary rods will start to kind of. I could give you an example. Just please don't remind me this if something changes. But this can be an example. Is like right now, legendary rod is something what gives you ability to catch that highest level fish right now, which isn't that high level actually. So when we release like corrupted or celestial lands, and that land has some really high level stuff on it, we theoretically will move like legendary rod as a requirement for those fish, and existing like relatively low level stuff will become way more accessible to the early players. So it will still hold, and I would say even add more value to it, but we will be looking a way to kind of shift these things around so it makes more sense either for holders and for non-holders, because
I think also one thing, and this is just me putting this out actually to you guys. It's not something like we've necessarily discussed inside, but as a player, and I'm also like thinking about it. I think also what I would expect from like higher rarity rods is for them to also directly increase my XP per hour. Not only like fish I can fish, and yeah, obviously you can look at it from like, yeah, you can catch rarer fish, so you get more XP per hour. But like, what if I want to like catch, basic gloops, but I want to do it at a record fast pace, and I think would be cool to like explore this. But so what I've seen with the release of woodcutting is I kind of like that, one axe can cut them all, and I think I've discussed with a community member this that messaged me, but we haven't really talked about this, so I'll just put this out as well. With woodcutting, everybody has the common axe, and I think that like and then you have like every swing animation, you have the percentage chance to get the log. And I think the difference between like the common axe and something that's not in the game yet, but legendary axe, at like the same level to cut like let's say the elder tree, the legendary one. I think it's like times 2 or times 2.5 the success chance in comparison to common and legendary. And again, this is not like this is more coming from me as a player, and that's why I'm using the community call as a space to put this out and get your feedback. I kind of, but I know it's like such a like shaky ground to walk on, but I kind of would like that you would kind of maybe be gated, but you could with like super low chance try to like fish legendary fish with like lower rarity rods, but the high, for example, you would be able to fish a lot more fish with legendary rods, but you would have such a such like chance dominance over players with lower rarity routes that it would still feel legendary, even though the access to these resources would be made available to a larger pool of people. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm going at?
I get what you're going at for sure. Yeah, I think it kind of will go hand in hand organically with content accessibility, and we'll find a way. Because I understand one thing we want to, and we have been making sure that rare stuff stays rare, and you see like I think Genesis collection has turned out so well. Like back in the day, we sold like these loot pods, $10 each. I remember like some legendary shields on day one were sold for like Soul of Shields. They were like $100 sale. Fast forward, we saw like sales for 1.5 ETH or something. So we really want to kind of respect that and preserve it and make sure that it just gets more and more valuable in the future as we go. That's core of like our philosophy. But at the same time, the game should be fun for everyone, and we will find like a good balance between that. So yeah. By the way, about the masks, Gerald, maybe you can post in like when we started the call, I made a good point about why we need mask redesign. Uh like mask redesign, I would say is 80% ready. We just don't want to drop the mask redesign for sake of changing it. So it will come together with what we will call a collector's profile, something what will combine all your assets in one place. And this will also be uh, kind of like your hub and a way for you to see your airdrop allocation, and this will play a big role in airdrop. So it's being prepared, and it will be strategically launched at a point where it makes most sense. Because what we want to do is when we start, we will be just ramping up the speed as we walk into our TGE, and we need yeah, like everything what we do needs to bring like some value and impact overall. So like we shared some graphics. I mean, we can just drop them in here again so you can maybe see some pieces of the new masks. But yeah, it will be like a pretty big event and release, because I mean it's a big deal. So yeah.
Wait, Euler, can I share this? I quickly send it to you privately.
Okay.
Is this?
Yeah. Okay. Why not? I mean, keep in mind some things may change. Some stuff is not final.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, guys. Like, again, this is all work in progress. But I do want to get some like visual updates out to you guys, because I love seeing them myself, and how could I rob you guys of it? So here are more like iterations. Again, not final iterations for Genesis Mask redesign.
I'm reading comments section. Normal people. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. Like, yeah, we'll have normal players at some point, so we've been preparing for that. Yeah, Jail just shared, and actually to illustrate a point why we need this, when we started this community call, we had I made a screenshot and I sent this to Jackal. Let me try to share it here.
How do you do that? Oh, fuck. Okay. The Inferno I love how the Inferno mask goes like so crazy, so crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
this illustrates the problem. Is like the masks, they are nice, but they should have a bit more distinct features, and so they serve their purpose a bit better as a PFPs as well. So yeah, I mean, this was just a good illustration of why we are looking to refresh the mask design and I think bring some more characteristics inside it.
actually, we could have just used these gifs to explain why we are redesigning the mask, because these are spot on the Spider-Man memes.
Yeah,
that is actually so descriptive of the issue we have with the masks. But yeah.
So I guess it has been like a full hour. My key takeaway from this is we should start to think of we have our Zevers community, and then we're looking to onboard normal people. So let that sink in. It's that's our vision. That's our vision, and honestly, jokes aside, that's actually what we are going to do. And these are people who will fall in love with the product first, and then, like, I've always been thinking, and just give me 5 minutes of time. I just want to put this out loud, and then we can wrap up. Like, I've been always thinking, like, the potential is so enormous when we're looking in these Web2 markets, because Web2 gaming markets are essentially led by ad spend and revenue generation. So they're revenue based models where on one hand you're, let's say, spending $1,000 or $10,000 a day to purchase traffic from the Facebook, and on average, let's say one player costs you $1, depending on like a geo. So let's say we spend $10,000 to acquire 10,000 people, and then if we are like a Web2 business, we need to recoup those costs over like a period of 6 months. So all of like the games are essentially competing for the players who will be willing to spend in those games. When it comes to Web3 game, I think the crazy opportunity we have here is that if people is willing to spend $1,000 in a game where there is zero chance they will get any of that back, like ever, zero chance. You spend it, it's gone. When they realize they are not spending, but they're investing, I think they will be willing to probably increase their exposure tenfold. And for us, it gives crazy advantage when it comes to competing with those Web2 companies, because our offering is way more better than whatever they make they can offer. So I think this is where crazy potential lies in, and this is where normal people will come in and will buy the token, will look to join the lands and play on them. I don't think by that time there will be any lands left for them to get. Some of them will fall in love with the eco and game so much they will probably become land holders somehow. That will maybe lands will maybe be their first exposure to crypto and the way how they onboarded. So yeah, I think the potential is crazy, and the game we're building is ready to compete with anything out there. And the funny thing is, when you look on mobile gaming market, like there is literally nothing new coming out for last 3-5 years. It's just same reskins all over again, and people are getting tired of being extracted by these companies. They want something new. They don't want to pay to win. They are okay to pay, but they want to be part of economy, and I think this is a crazy good selling point we have, and a crazy good competitive advantage we have, and and this is where like term normal people come in. So yeah, we'll be pushing on that. Okay, that's it. We can wrap up on that note.
I kind
Jackal.
of you just wanted to have address one final thing. Reef asked about roadmaps, and I know we have some in development. Could we touch upon this as well?
Yeah. So what was the question?
So we have we do label a lot of things with like pretty soon, and
Yeah. Wait.
yeah, the
Okay,
cadence in which
we
the
can
things
add
would be
tiers to
released.
that soon, very soon, and I mean, what could be a third tier? I mean, what what do you want? This is soon. When we're speaking about a beta and looking on the time scope, we, like I said, we'll start making some noises really soon, which means next week or two. Probably let's stick with later one, and then we will be looking at beta soon, which is something around next month. But I won't say more. So yeah.
All right, guys. So, yeah, as always, I have taken a snapshot already of the participants. I will raffle out another Genesis mask to one lucky participant. Uh, Additionally, the key points of the things talked will be posted together with the recording in the updates after a while. And yeah, one final thing: the bug bounty will be put out probably next week, and then we can, let's call it the grand spring cleaning of Zever Discord. How we categorize our issues, and yeah, would be I think it would be cool. And guys, you are also the community. Community. It's not. I don't make the rules for you guys. I'm asking for your participation here and trying to incentivize you. So I can't do it without you guys. So yeah, all in all, cool. All right. Thank you guys for joining and have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think we had a great time. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Obviously